Paige, you've been pretty productive in the field and in the box. Which one do you think which one do you think benefits the team more, your defensive skills or your offensive productivity?
I think right now in the season, a lot of us really are trying to get runs. Like, our pitching is doing a great job and our defense, but I think for us mostly, like, we're just trying to produce those runs to keep us in a better position defensively. I feel like it's a lot easier to be on the field and play when you're up 6 runs versus when there's 1 run. So I'd say I'd rather be a little bit more productive in the box, but defensive is just as important. So just having fun in both of those aspects.
And unfamiliar territory, but you've had a few more errors early in the season this year than last year. How do you recover in the midst of a game when you make a mental error? I mean, I know ideally you just want to kind of forget it and put it away, but does that linger a little bit and make you want to do better the next time, or are you able to just kind of flush it and move on?
Yeah, I think I go to different people, like Bunk. I feel like both of us go to each other when errors happen. Like, it just really relaxes us and calms us just to really think for the next pitch. Really just getting back to the basics. Like, errors happen, and it's just really being present for the next pitch so that it doesn't happen again, and making the plays and the big plays that matter in the bigger moments. So errors are going to happen. I think just being present in the moment still and just breathing and, like, realizing that it's just the game and that it happens. So I think just going to people and talking to Bunk, and it's like, it's okay, I got the next one. And so, yeah.
A lot of your hits this season have been bunt for base hits. What's your mindset in the box about just trying to get on any way possible?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to mess with the defense a little bit, like just trying to confuse them, whether it's like putting a bunt in play or trying to make them scoot back, scoot up. So I think it's just like when you're trying to figure things out offensively, like right now in the lab, like when I'm back in Oregon, or just that case, like when you're maybe are not at your best like at bats right now, it's like being able to get the ball in play and still get on base. So it's just figuring that out while you're still figuring out different pieces when you get back here.
At this point in the season, what are you trying to work towards as we reach conference play coming up next weekend?
Honestly, just using these next few at-bats and time as in games to just figure out a little bit more how to get the barrel there. And that's just like being able to take advantage of pitches that I might be fouling off now and just be able to hit those pitches in the gaps that I want. So I think just making those adjustments and keep coming back here to figure that out. I think I'm going to use this weekend and take advantage of that time and opportunities to do that.
How much do you think, or how much can you feel the off-season work that you put in? You said you'd had a hitting instructor kind of help you down.
Yeah, and he's still helping me. Yeah.
You're still you're feeling the benefits of that, and you're kind of able to dissect yourself a little bit better?
Yeah, me, Coach Martyr, and Joey, we're all working at it right now and still looking at film and figuring that out. Just before this, I was working and figuring out those different cues and feels. So it's just like, even if my rock bottom is this and I have to go to bunt for hits, I know that once it hits season, I'll know exactly what I need to do and what my body needs to feel, which is awesome. That's what preseason's for, so that when pack play comes, I can really take advantage of those swings.
Speaking of feeling awesome, your defensive highlight reel over the weekend was pretty good. How did you feel making that double play?
It's fun. It's like crazy that we practice it so much on the field, all these 2 runners, and so like when we can really take advantage of those opportunities and get lead outs, I think that's been huge for us. It's like celebrating those little moments because we practice it so much, so it really like pays off. And I think our defense has been really good in those moments, and I think it will make us a better team. And in those moments when we play better teams, it's gonna really come out. Getting those lead outs are really important. So I think what we do in practice and showing it on the game and getting those double runners, it like is a huge momentum changer for our pitchers and for our batters. So I think we just need to continue to do that.
How gratifying is it when you make those stabs like you did that drive that was kind of, I mean, I know it's just inches whether you make it or not, but when you do actually make it and are able to grab that line drive going by as you're laying out.
Yeah, it's fun. I love playing the game and I love being on the defense and knowing that the pitcher's going to put that ball right in that spot and I know exactly where it's going to be hit. I can expect that line drive happening. So it's like just trusting the pitcher and their pitches, and I'm just going to do whatever I can to get those outs.
Speaking of trusting the pitcher, Stevie obviously had a great weekend. How good has she been so far, and where do you see her sort of taking off this year?
Yeah, she's been amazing. She's always been a competitor, and she's always going to bring it every time she steps on the mound. So it's been really great to see her maybe even struggle in the first game, but she's really picked it up and she really wants to do it for us. That's like what we've been saying, it's for us. And you can see that all the pitchers are really buying into that for us mentality. Like, I'm going to put it in this spot, and I know my defense is going to get this pop fly. So I'm really excited for Stevie, and I think she's going to do really big things, especially what you've already seen against Florida. She's that pitcher, and I'm excited for this weekend and pack play as well.
From your perspective, what kind of wasn't working in game one that has really switched for her as you playing behind her?
Yeah, I think she's just hitting her spots. She's commanding the zone better. She's getting early, like she's getting ahead early in the count, which helps so much. I think the first game, she had a few free bases that I think the other teams are able to take advantage of. So I think she's really been able to attack early and really hit her spots and then just spin the ball when she has 2 strikes. That's why people are popping up and striking out. So I think for her, it's getting ahead in the count and then just taking advantage of that from there.
You guys are, record-wise at least, you guys are pretty much about the same place where you were this time last year. Obviously, the roster is a lot different from last year, but what do you see the differences in this team this year, on the field compared to last season?
Yeah, I think what's cool is that we beat 3 top 25 opponents. That's not something we did last year. We might have the same record, but we didn't beat top-ranked opponents. So I feel like that's the mentality thing. I think we're really buying into each other, and that even when things are getting hard or maybe not going our way, it's like, what can we do for each other to get things to work? So I think that's something special about this team is like we're so bought into each other that it really doesn't matter about maybe like small things that aren't going our way. It's just celebrating the little moments with each other and just having fun. And I don't know, I feel like you can definitely see the 5th years and the seniors just really enjoying their time. And I think that's something that I love being able to play behind and play with, because at the end of the day, this is their last year, and I think it's cool that they can shine like they are, especially Bunk and Tara right now. So, yeah.
Can you take me into the mindset between the 30 minutes between the Fullerton game and the Northwestern game, sort of what happened and what got the team ready to go just a half hour later?
Yeah, I think it was just realizing like that wasn't our game. We just needed to refocus and realize that we just didn't really come out how we wanted to. I think we just all like I remember taking a big deep breath. Like we all were just like, and it just really helped. Like we just had to reset and know that what we wanted from this weekend was what we were going to get. And we wanted to come in and make sure that we separate ourselves at the end of the weekend. And I think we did that. And I think maybe we were just like focusing too hard on that. So I think it was just playing our game and playing Oregon softball and creating the pressure and having the fun that we do. And I think the first game we just weren't making the adjustments we needed to early enough. So I think it was just making the adjustments and just having fun with it.
What are some of the things you guys want to shore up heading into this weekend?
I think just kind of rolling into what we did against the top-ranked teams. I feel like we talk about playing like as a faceless opponent, and I feel like you saw us maybe against San Diego kind of swoop down their level a little bit. And I think that we talked about just going into this weekend with how the energy and the type of fun we had against the ranked opponents. Like you could tell we were all so focused and having fun with each other in those games. So I think just knowing that whatever opponent we play, that we can still play Oregon softball the way we did against those teams, no matter who it is. So I think just kind of focusing on that this weekend, I think will be huge for us, and I think it will make us have some big wins.